Hello, my name is Aaron from ACE Visas Australia IELTS Training Center. Today, I'd like to take this opportunity to share some ideas about how to answer our IELTS Speaking Part 1 question correctly. Basically, in the first part of our IELTS Speaking, the examiner will ask you some questions about yourself. It could be a topic from your hometown or your daily routine. However, candidates should understand how to answer the question in a correct way in order to get a higher mark. So we would like to share some ideas from this slide, and you will probably know how to answer this question correctly later. So the first one is about, do you prefer A or B? You will see there are 3 examples. Do you prefer talking on the phone or chatting online? Do you prefer to travel by bike or on foot? Or even do you prefer writing letters or sending emails? In order to get a higher mark during your speaking test, you can't simply answer the question like, I think, I believe, or in my opinion. Instead, you need to take the correct language steps in order to achieve the higher mark. Like the previous question, do you prefer A or B? You should compare the 2 things the examiner mentions and state which one is more useful or meaningful to you than the other. You also need to provide reasons and examples to explain why. The examiner is expecting you to answer using the following structure correctly. The first one, prefer plus verb ing, or prefer plus to plus verb. And you can see some examples from this slide. Let me have a look for another one. How often do you? To say, how often do you read a novel? How often do visitors come to your house? Or how often do you go out with friends? This question is about how often. As the result, when you answer this question, you have to produce some frequency word in order to achieve a higher mark. From this slide, we provide some useful adverbs of frequency for you to use, such as once a week, often, occasionally, 3 times a day. You should know how to use it correctly. And also, you need to produce the sentence like, I only go shopping once a month because I don't have a lot of money. You can say the reason is also very important for you to answer this question. Not every question in Part 1 speaking test is relating to present tense. Sometimes the examiner may ask you a question which is relating to the past tense or the future tense. Take this one for example. When was the last or the first time you did something? Obviously, candidates need to use past tense to answer this question rather than present tense. If you choose the wrong tense to answer this question, you will lose marks from the grammar side. So how to answer this question? Generally speaking, you should talk about a time in the past like a negative. You also have to tell the examiner when and why you did this. Sometimes you can say something about your feeling in order to achieve a higher mark. Here are some examples you can find from this slide. The last time I went fishing was about 3 years ago. The first time I used a computer was in high school in 1984. You should notice that past tense is the key criteria when the examiner determines your answer is correct or not. If you would like to find out more about IELTS tips or our IELTS training course, please visit our website www.acevisas.com.au under the tab Our Services and select IELTS Preparation. Alternatively, you can give us a call on 9361 6188. Bye.